Hello, this is Wmpyr. Okay, so I was watching a self-defense video. This person was pretty much a Jeet Kune Do type of instructor, and they were teaching the straight blast for self-defense. And the straight blast is based off of the Wing Chun chain punch, and it's pretty much your jab, cross, which is the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Just repeat it over and over again. Nice and simple. And you are blasting down, you're running towards them, and you're going to run them over, and you're going relentlessly and dominating their center line, right? So that's pretty much the straight blast. Now, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what I don't like is what the instructor said. The instructor said, this isn't sport. We're not here to play around, that kind of thing. And I've heard that many times, and I gotta say that that's super insulting to sport people. And the reason why they're saying that, I believe, and maybe they really just don't know better, but it's ignorant, and I believe they're saying that because it's marketing is what it is. Because the truth is, sport styles, combat sports, is very difficult. And most of us can't do it, period. We're just not athletic enough. We're just not talented enough. We don't have the resources. We don't have the time to be training and dedicating our lives to something like that. Just many reasons. In my case, I'm just too old to be doing it now. So that's just the truth. And sport is very competitive because that's what it is. It's a competition. Super competitive, super difficult. Injuries happen all the time, and even if you had the talent, the resources, the money, the time, the ability to dedicate yourself to it and all this, even if you had all of that, right, and a good coach, a good team, it's still luck-based whether you're going to succeed or not in it because so many things can happen. And sometimes they're just people in the competition competing with you at the same time that they're just a bad matchup for you, and you can't control that. It's not that they're better than you are, it's just that they say styles make fights, and their style is just a bad matchup against you, and so something like that can happen. So what I'm trying to say is it's very difficult. And a prime example of that is, like, look at Tony Ferguson. To me, that guy easily could have been a UFC champion. To me, he's UFC champion material. It just never happened because the timing was bad for him. And you really can't control that sometimes. So anyway, when you say that sport fighters or combat sports people are playing around in a fight, to me that's ignorant. That's not understanding. Yes, the fights go rounds. They go rounds because it has to. Okay, it goes rounds because the opponent is difficult. If they could finish them quicker, they would have. They can't. They can't take that risk. The other person's just too good sometimes. So they have to do this. The other thing is they have the ability to manage their energy expenditure, right? Manage their cardio and fight relaxed. That you have to understand. It's not that they're playing around. It means that they're at that level that they could do that under pressure when another person is full contact fighting with you. That's not an easy thing. That's high level, okay? So don't mistake that for, oh, he's just playing around. No, it means he can be that efficient at his fighting. This is a person that fights professionally, or even at the amateur ranks. It's impressive, all right? So that's something that is misunderstood, in my opinion. The reason why they're teaching the straight blast for self-defense, we have to understand. The reason why they're teaching that is because at the end of the day, what is it? It is a sucker punch of the worst kind. It is a repeated sucker punch, okay? It's kind of like the straight blast is the empty hand version of a prison shank attack. You just all of a sudden attack the person and you repeatedly stab him with your shank, right? Over and over and over. you're doing that, but with your fist. That is what the straight blast is. Just out of nowhere, you just boom and just repeatedly pound on their face, okay, and you don't give them a chance. So what it is it is a sucker punch of the worst kind, a relentless sucker punch. That is what the straight blast is, okay? Why are you doing that? You're doing that because you cannot go toe-to-toe with this person. Because A, on the street, that shouldn't be your goal to see who's the better boxer, who's the better kickboxer, or who's the better MMA fighter. In the street, you don't care. This person, who's probably bigger, stronger, and meaner than you, saw you, and they chose you. You didn't choose them. They chose you, and they said, I'm going to make this guy a victim. Because they know how to read people, and they were fairly confident, probably, through their experience, they know how to read people, know how to find victims, and they saw your combat ability, and they know their own combat ability, and they knew that theirs was higher. So they chose you, and they go, I can take this person. I could make a victim out of this person. So if you go toe-to-toe with someone like that, that's bigger, stronger, and meaner, it just doesn't make sense. You're not going to win that. You're going to find out that life is very, very difficult, and these people are very, very nasty and tough. So that's why they're teaching you to sucker punch and don't give the other person a chance. And before they go, what the hell just happened? You're already gone. That's why they're teaching the straight blast. So I just want to make that clear. It's not because sport fighters are playing around. No, sport fighters can go toe-to-toe because they're good. You have to understand that. It's not because, once again, they don't know how to street fight and they're doing the complete wrong thing. That is not the case. So I just want to make that very, very clear. It's marketing. So please don't fall for marketing. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.